In this video, we're going to be installing Filament Shield and set up the user resource as well. So let's get started. Alright, let's get started with installing Filament Shield. So let's go ahead and compose the required. I'm going to go into the terminal here. I'm going to open up a new tab. And in here, we're just going to require Filament Shield. We're going to have to go into the user model in this case. And in here, we want to require this to have. And for this package, we are in this case using SPATI permissions traits as roles. So with that sorted, we should be able to publish the configuration here. So let's go ahead and make sure we do that. Inside the plugin directory, so let's head into that. We have Filament admin panel provider. We need to register the plugin, and we can do that along with other plugins we've already registered here. So let's find them. Perfect. And outside of that, let's install it. So basically, it will publish the core package config, publishes core package migration, and it will migrate it. And in this case, we're going to put in user ID 1 as the super admin. And I would recommend you also go ahead and start a repo. Inside our user here, and make sure we implement filament user. And then let's make sure we also go in here and add the method stubs, which is can access panel, which will then be appended down here at the bottom. Let's go ahead and make sure we also have use panel shield. And then down here, for now, we can just return true for now. You can essentially add in your own logic on what you need to require for a user to access this panel. So if we go back in here now, log in. Go to the admin panel. And in here you can then see we have a roles part down here. We can then assign users to different roles and so on. So if the user role, which is just a standard one, we could also even go ahead and create a new role if we want to, which is excellent. So outside of that, we can also go ahead and customize this more if you want to. For now, I'm gonna leave it at this. However, we could also go ahead and create a roles to a specific user. Alright, let's go ahead and now use this to assign a role. So let's go in and create, in this case, and we're gonna call this user resource. So we're gonna have a few different things in here. So let's head into the user resource. First and foremost, let's go ahead and add the columns here. And we want a text column here, where we're gonna say name. We're gonna have another one for email. And we're gonna basically copy the email address by clicking on it now. You could even go ahead and say copyable message, and you could, for example, go ahead and say email copy to clipboard. So That is now an option as well. And let's leave it at that for now. Then in here we want to have a text input and email. And we also want the ability to essentially go ahead and specify the role. So for that, we can just go ahead easily and use the select component roles with a relationship to the roles and the title attribute as a name. We can select multiple, we preload them, and we make them searchable. You'll then be able to see that we have this resource here. And we can just go ahead and modify it as we want. Perfect. So let's go ahead and also say, in this case, that we want to go in and have the same feature here, but in this case, it will just be for a select column. Actually, I'm not sure if we can do that because we can't use the relationship method. So let's leave that out for now. But what we can go ahead and do is we can have a text column in here. And also, let's go ahead and make sure this is searchable. And we just want to say roles.name. Assign this to be a panel user. And then you'll be able to see in here we can copy email address as well. Just need to make sure it works fully. So let's go ahead and make sure that this one works. So let's do that now. Lastly, before this video finishes, let's go ahead and columns. This is we're just gonna have a text column in here, and let's go ahead and have make email verified add, which will then help us to see if the email has been verified or not. It won't have been verified, so if we go back in, you'll see that it's not verified. But if we go in and verify one of them, it should now load here. Perfect. So that gives us an idea if the email has been verified as well. So that's all for this video. Thank you very much for watching it, and I'll see you in the next one.